Hello everybody, how's it going today? It's Frankie and I'm back with another video on this channel, and this topic is going to be a bit like I'm moaning at life, but I'm really not. It's going to make me sound like I'm like some salty old man, but I'm not. It's something different on this channel and I think it needs to be addressed. I was going to talk about topics that's, I was going to talk about these type of topics separately on TikTok, but I think I might as well talk about them on YouTube. And this video is about the types of people that annoy me. Might title a bit differently, but for now that's probably how I'm going to word the title, but I'll say I could change after I do the video. And yeah, I might end up forgetting which topics I was planning to talk about, so there may be a bit of a hesitation. This video could be a bit long, than I'm used to, but my videos are more longer than it should be anyway, so it shouldn't be. But yeah, let me get straight into it. The first thing is gift bombing. Wow, this wasn't the first one I was planning to talk about, but I'm going to do it anyway. The people that do gift bombing on TikTok, and this is mostly the only app you see it on. I think YouTube probably does do it, but I don't see much of videos like that on YouTube. Oh, this type of topic gets on my nerves, these type of people. And it's not just, it doesn't really have to be about, couples. It can be about family members and stuff like that. Now I get it, but I understand the whole point about, okay, gift bombing is a couples, but giving gifts to somebody or whatever, okay, I can understand. If you haven't seen something before and you don't expect to get something, you go, wow, that's amazing. But if it's something really expensive, that's kind of like where you draw the line, because if you get something that's like thousands of pounds worth, people are going to steal it. And these are the same type of people that will be like, oh, this got robbed, oh, this type of other man's got robbed. Especially those type of couples that get like Gucci and Versace bags or whatever type of bags about. Oh my god, it's a bag! That's amazing! No, you don't say. Of course it is. It's like they've never seen a bag. It's like they've never seen that brand of bag before, or that brand of item. They go, oh my god, these lovely nice shades. Oh, not shades, I don't know if you say shades, sunglasses, but same thing. I've never seen them before. Wow, it's amazing. You literally have. It's just a different kind of design. Now, I love designs. I don't care about the brand. You can pick up one of the worst brands, but they can have the best designs possible. I'm in for the designs, not the brands. I couldn't care less what the brand gives me. Give me the design that's up my street and I'll get it. But I wouldn't show off like that unless you're doing a review. If don't just feel like, oh my god, it's so amazing. I'm sure it is, and it does look amazing, but don't be showing it off like that to the whole world just to be like, look, I've got this wonderful item that you probably don't have. Showing off to people and forcing it down their throats as if we have to be jealous of them. Don't get me wrong, the money, yeah. I want to take that kind of money any day of the week. But these are the same sort of people that tell you, and bear in mind, some of these topics will be intertwined together. And these are the same sort of people that will tell you just to save up money so you could buy anything you want. But yeah, these are the same type of people that tell you to wait that waste money on things that are not necessary. These people keep getting bags of even watches. That people start saying, oh, this watch, I've got like 5, 6, 7 watches that are worth £500,000 in total. What? You bought a watch instead of something really useful and something better than a watch. We got the phone, for God's sake. We got iPads, laptops, for example. I mean, depends on the prices of those. We all got them type of things that we can use for times on. Yeah, or what if it gets stolen or get damaged? You got other things to tell the time on. Watches are old now. They're gone. That's boring. I think I've got watches before in the past. I was like younger. I should have worn them because it's like a present. But even I just didn't really bother with them. Put some on the wrist and chat. Oh yeah, I can check them. You got things for that. Then what's the point? It's like you've never seen these type of things before. I can understand the design, but maybe the design's different. I can't understand that. But acting like you've never seen something like that before. Wow. At least talk about the design, what you think. That's why I like. If you're gonna do a video, don't just do a video about you getting a gift. What, a gift? As if I've never seen that before. I never received one. Like, come on, be creative with the videos. It's risky. It's risky still, but at the end of the day, it's worth it for a video. It's just a waste of a video doing probably 2 minutes of you just looking at something and be like, oh, what's this? Look at these new trainers. Oh, I don't understand it. It's like, well, you've never seen some of these before. Good lord, I mean, I know somebody that's bought some of these stuff for their partner, but I'm not going to mention it. You can waste so much money on their partner and stuff. I'm not gonna mention too much on that one. They know who they are, but yeah, this person wastes some on their like their partner and that doesn't even deserve it and stuff. Like, even those people that buy expensive things to their partner doesn't deserve it. That's the worst. And yet these people say, you don't know what happens behind closed doors. That's another thing when people say, you don't know what happens behind closed doors. We are not meant to know what happens behind closed doors. You're not meant to, right? And what you're basically saying there, it's not really a good thing to say that, because you're essentially saying is that there's worse things happening. You best could just say, look, I'm not going to get into anything that's happening at the moment. That's really about it. I'm not going to continue talking about. I'm going to talk about, just leave that to me and whoever else is involved. Don't be bringing other people into your drama like that. It makes more sense just to just leave it out of it. This is why I hate when people say that sort of thing. People that, especially couples, right, when they have that partner that disrespects somebody. It could be a friend, or it could be like the partner's friend, or anybody, right, family member, whoever else, right. These are the things that I can't stand. Is when you would think that if you have a partner that disrespects somebody, right, it could go for anybody. Do you have a partner that disrespects somebody for no reason? I don't just mean, they're just biting back at something. I just mean a disrespect, for no reason, right? You would automatically think the partner would turn around and say, babe, can you not do that, please? Don't be disrespectful for no reason. I get, sometimes you can be like that, but don't do it again. There's partners that are out there. That's the ones I respect. But there's people out there, there's literally people out there, and I've had this happen to me before, but I'm not going to name names. I had this happen to me before. When you say something so small, and the person's partner just bites your head off, like anything, just turns around to you, looks at you, and be like, just like you said something really disgusting and evil, but it was only just one small thing, and the partner, just turns around to be like, how you talked about that? Where do you live? What's wrong with you so and so? But yet their partner will just accept her. They'll just be nice and say, babe, what are you doing, man? I've had this happen to me, right? I'm sure a lot of you have too. I'm not going to say everybody, because everybody has gone through this type of thing. A lot of you have been through this, I'm pretty sure. And the only thing you could do is just walk away. Don't instigate. Don't continue talking to people like that. Just walk away. They're not value for your time. And these are the same sort of people that will get made excuses out of from like their partner. You literally disrespected someone. I don't care what type of person you are. That is wrong on so many levels to disrespect somebody. Oh, this person's like this, or this person's like that. This person's got a job where it entails him or her to do this. So, what does that doesn't mean anything. You just basically say so often disrespect people as long as like, it's, I don't know, man. As long as it's by what their rules and what they're like, oh, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, of course, yeah, definitely. That's one thing I do not understand. And I've had this happen to me before. I decided to walk away, and it was the right decision. 100%. Can't stand people like that in the slightest. You could say one man in front of these people and they just bite your head off. I come across sensitive people. I used to be one. There's obviously only one or two things that makes me sensitive, makes me get offended. But what keeps me going in life is not caring about what people think. I want people to give me some hate. I think that's what makes, my video, not my videos, but just things in general, life in general, better. Because you're actually just ignoring it. If someone's giving you irrelevant hate, that's a good thing. Because what they're saying is not relevant. But don't bring like kids into it, or don't get too personal. Well, that's where I draw the line. If it's too much, it's just like harassment, that's not good. This is what I'm saying. Excuse me. And it's just not right at all. How people just seem to function at everyday life. How these are the type of people that get relationships more often, right? And people might say, you're just a hater. I'm not hating. I'm just speaking from a logical standpoint. It's actually very logical. I'm talking actually, and I'm kind of coming from like a good stance, basically something like that. But yeah, I don't know. Sometimes like these people have their moment, then they start realizing how they treat people is wrong. And these are also, oh my god, this, especially this type of people that say, oh, this person has autism, that's how they react like that. I got autism too, mild, moderate, severe. It doesn't matter. right? I got it too. Ain't nobody makes excuses for me. And people say, well, you're not a celebrity. It doesn't matter, right? No one makes excuses for me. I don't want people to, because that shows it's petty. Same with getting offended. I've been offended, and it's petty. If you have to get offended by every single word out there, and you have to bat someone's head up just for small minor things, then you are a sissy, right? I'm putting it out there. Now, I come across people that just get annoyed and bat my head up for things. I'm just like, I hardly said anything. But when you react the same way towards them, they don't like it. They prefer seeing that side of you that they prefer. That's what gets on my nerves the most. And I just don't really understand it at all. Another thing I can't understand, and this is the thing that also gets on my nerves too, and also it's also confusing, is women, right? When women say, oh, this guy's not my type, I wouldn't go for these type of guys. But yet they go for that type of guy that literally isn't their type that they just explained. Explain that to me, women. It's not just women, it's actually men that do it too. So I just kicked the table by accident there. It wasn't a big kick, but I just pushed the table a bit. But yeah, it's not just women, there's men that do it too. It's fine if they don't have one or two traits that don't match you. That's fine. Not if it's going to be the complete same. But I come across women that say, well, I want my type to be this type, this one, this, has this type of person, this, that type, can't be this, can't be that. They go for the complete opposite. This is why whenever people talk like that, not just women, but people in general, right, talk like that, it's the opposite of what they say. It's usually women that do it anyway. There's men that are like that too. It's the opposite of what they say and what they actually want. This is why I can't take most, especially most women seriously nowadays, because they always want the opposite of what they're saying. And then you get some guy, I know something like this too. I think there's probably 1, 2, 3 people, especially when I know like this. They literally get with a man that is committing all these crimes, but then say he'll be a great father figure. Yeah, he does this type of job. Yeah, he's a great man. Is he? Is he? Oh, so I guess any type of crime is good then. I'm not talking about. I'm not going to mention those crimes. The disgusting crimes. So that's okay. No, disgusting crimes. No, we don't want that. No. But I thought you said you women can change these type of men. No, not that type. That's disgusting. Oh, okay. Okay, then. So when it suits you, it's different. Okay. That's how I view things, right? That is exactly what I come across. And it's... I don't know, man. I mean, I've been friends with more women before, but I'm only close to 2 now. And I'm keeping it that way for now. I'm keeping it that way because I just kind of prefer that. Well, 3 anyway, but yeah, it's the drama they can cause, man. I mean, there's men that do it too. Men that say, there's men that say, I want to get this woman because she's got nice this and that. That doesn't mean anything in the relationship, does it? Yes, a preference. I would love preferences, don't get me wrong, but they got to have the personality and everything else, the conversation that goes with it. What's the point of having all that? What's the point of just having the looks if you haven't everything else? You just basically just marry just by looking at her and think, oh, she's good looking, oh, he's good looking, I'm going to marry them. But you stare at somebody like this and thought, yeah, married, okay, we're good, let's get married now. It's a waste of time. I know somebody that also does that. Married just for looks, or married because a guy was tall and whatever else, right? It don't mean anything. Like, this is what I'm trying to say, especially when you see those TikTok, it's probably even YouTubers on other apps. When you see them just be like, oh, my partner's so amazing. My partner's like this and my partner's like that. Especially when women talk about them. And then when they say what the guy actually does, it's like, or how the guy makes his income, people's just heads just drop. Like, I can't understand, like, if people are just hating and saying this person's not good looking stuff, that's not, you're not making a valid point. But if they're saying some logical points, that's fair enough. And then these women say, I would never go for a guy with benefits, or some benefits. And they go for that's like this. And there's nothing wrong with benefits, by the way. Benefits are useful. It's I would say it only has to be useful. I would say single mothers, people with disabilities, people that are handicapped. That's what it should be used for, not just for giving it to anybody willy-nilly. But yeah, these women say I would never go for these type of guys, but they do, right? They go on live and they say this when he's on benefits. I'd be like, I thought you didn't want a guy on benefits, but you complain about them. You see what I mean? And they wonder why there's hate coming their way because of these sort of situations. Like, don't just say something and not expect backlash over anything. You know what I mean? Like, that's why I expect to get hate whatever I say, because not everything's going to be perfect. You're going to get hate. No one's going to lead a perfect life. You know, I just never understood it. Never really I get. And I can't stand, you know, and also what also gets on my nerves, speaking this sort of term, is when you have an argument with somebody on live and they say the most outrageous things. A-holes, basically, I call them. They say the most outrageous and ludicrous things that you feel. I'm not talking about the rapper Ludacris, in case you mentioned. Maybe the most outrageous and ludicrous things, right? And then you sort of think, okay, they got to get hate. They actually get more excuses made for them. They actually get the most love out of everybody. But yet, if I was, you know, it's kind of like me, for example, when I go in there and make my points of view, that's not personal at all. I get the most hate because they don't expect it to come from a person like me. That's what it is. That's what it is. It's the same with the man, woman. It's the same sort of scenario. I've come across that, and not once that I've had people stick up for me. I don't remember having anybody stick up for me the slightest when it comes to these sorts of things. If I was on live and I started having an argument or a debate with somebody, or they get personal towards me, ain't nobody sticks up for me. You know what? That makes me stronger, because it shows I didn't need anyone at my corner. Unless somebody, you know, like, combat me at what I'm saying if I'm trying hard to explain something, or it's like if I get someone to try and listen to me. But me not getting that, me not getting offended, proves that I'm a stronger person. You know what I'm saying? Like, haters want you to be weak and react in like an annoyed fashion that it can get to you. That's valid right there. This is what I'm trying to say. But yeah, but hate is getting more love than most, especially if it's like a friend or like whatever, right? Whoever it is, like a friend's friend, start an argument with you. You would think the friend that you've been close to will back you up. It's not always the case. They'll just sit there and just be like, yeah, well, I'm just gonna sit here and just debate and watch my friend fail. Usually, most of the time, that friend has more things to say. Why don't they say it? People talk too big online, and people talk too big here and there, man. But when the person comes, they get scared like that. I'm happy to take debates, but if someone's going to disrespect me, I'm gone. 100%. That's how it is for me. It's just completely gone. You see, this is why I never understand people nowadays. These are the people that get on my nerves. Bear that in mind too. Hate is all the time. Just, I don't know. Excuse me. And these people say, well, this person's got a problem and they're going to react that way. This person's gone through a lot. Oh, blah, blah, blah. Oh, who cares? Does it really matter what the person's been through? You can't always use as an excuse and a reason for how you treat people and how you argue with them and with a debate, so-called debate, because it turned into an argument. This is why I don't understand. I don't get it. I really, is there something wrong with them that makes them react that way? It can't be no trauma that makes them react that way. They chose to react that way. And just feel like that thing that, it's trauma making them do that. They're probably possessed, and I don't know why they react that way. And this is what I don't get, and I really don't understand it. And yet, when you treat them the same way, they don't like it. They kind of hate it. They literally just don't. I don't get it. I really don't. And also, people that hate on your looks for no reason. It's kind of similar, not really backtracking, but there's people that hate on your looks for no reason. It could be a female that does it to a male that says, "Oh, you're this and that." Okay. Why do you have to force that? Do you secretly like the dude that you're calling all these names because you think you're going to sabotage that relationship? You don't really want them to get with someone like you? That's what it is. Like, women seem to think they're above every other man that they see. No, they're not. It's equal. I think everyone should be treated equally. I couldn't care less. I think everyone should be treated equally. That's just my stance on things. But I do think there should be a fine line with like how things and how points have come across and how people should be treated. I mean, there should be a fine line. I don't understand. There should be common ground. It's like women that actually, I think, men, usually the men that are actually right for women tend to be the ones that women say no to instantly. But they know deep down that guy will treat. It's not always the case. Some cases it doesn't always work out that way. But at least it shows that they got a good mindset. That's just how I see things. And also another thing that I can't stand is when people say, well, my partner makes a lot of money and they pay all the bills, so I don't have to do anything. Those type of people, right? And this correlates to, oh, the man should do 40% and the woman should do 60%. Right. That would work if you're in a household where you're with your family. But when you're with like, your other family, if you're like your wife or husband or like, your kids, that's a different side. That's where you got to be independent, because you got no parents that to help you out no more. You got no other like siblings to help you out. This is what I'm trying to say. And you see that these men that say, men should just come home and not do anything after work because they've had a hard, stressful day. Yeah, they should be doing more work, shouldn't they? Like, come on. Really? Like, oh yeah, they're going to have a rest. Yeah, they need to rest because they're tiring day. Yeah. Oh, don't worry, they don't care about the kids that much. They're going to look after them. Really? Or how about, oh well, they shouldn't have any kids then. If you shouldn't have any kids if you thought like that. You should not have got married if you knew this was going to happen. You shouldn't have done any of this. There's men that talk like that. And these men clearly think too much about culture. Don't care about culture. Culture should be scrapped. It really should be. How on earth are you trying to tell me? Also, right for man just because it's in his culture, could not care less about culture. That's where you're going. No wonder things are failing for that guy, because the culture is just failing him. The culture is telling him stuff that ain't even true. Oh, in this type of man's culture, it's the woman should do everything around the house and the guy shouldn't do anything. I know that the guy probably does something, like 10%. Help the woman. You're not living with mommy and daddy, anymore. If you're in that scenario, you got to learn to buck up. I should be bucking a bit more too. I should be doing a bit more. That's just on me, but I do enough. At least I could do something, when I'm told to. These men just sit down and not do anything. I've had someone complain to you about their man before. Yeah, I'm gonna say names, but yeah, I've had them complain, and I'm just like, you keep picking these type of men, and she just goes, yeah, well, I can't deal with it. I'm not bothered. If it was a genuine guy, you would chuck him out instantly because you get bored. This is what I'm saying. It's these type of men that always seem to get in these scenarios. I don't even recall lazy women in a relationship. It always seems to be the man that seems to be. Men that do work, if they can go to work 9 to 5, whatever shifts they want, even part-time work. If they can do that, they can easily go back home and continue their chores. They're back home. The only type of job they have is look after the kids, because the kid is a job. Parenthood is a job. Or did you men forget that? Screw your culture. I don't care about my culture. So why should that matter? It doesn't matter where you're at. Right? You should always, do what's right and do the best thing. Culture just teaches people just to be like, oh, if you do this, you can get away with it, it's fine. Hell no. That's not how it should be. It's like following rules in a country. You got to follow the rules accordingly. If you don't follow the rules accordingly in the country, then that's your own fault at the end of the day, innit? I mean, this is what I'm trying to say. And these same women will go, well, I make the money, I can pay bills, I don't mind doing it, it's the man doing it. Really? Because I'm pretty sure when you get married, it's 50-50, right? I don't know why I'm doing this, but it's 50-50, innit? So your love ain't equal. Oh, but it is equal. He does something to me. Does he? Does he even care about what you do? He just sitting there living a god, man, because you got the money for it. You got OF chicks that just be like, oh. The reason why OF chicks don't care, and these type of women that do adult content, the reason they don't care about how the man treats them, because they got the money. They could just sit there and be like, you know what? I could divorce this dude and get everything. So that's going to come soon. That's going to come into it. Yeah, I'm going to relax. Yeah. Well, obviously I still do the housework, but yeah. Just wait, buy my time and then do it. That's how those type of women think. Those women don't care about themselves. Yeah, they do they do something that gets them money. That's great. I respect women that do that sort of job. I'm not being funny or weird about it. I do respect that. They make a lot of money. If I was a woman, I'd do the same thing too. I mean, if I'm gonna make that much money, I mean, people would disagree with that one, but it's the truth. If you can respect men that go to war, respect women that actually do adult content. That's what I'm saying. That's what I conclude to. I'm going to stand on that point. So yeah, these women, man, they seriously don't care about themselves. If women really had common sense in their minds, right? If they had really common sense, they would know, okay, to make my mind strong, because they always build on trauma or whatever attachments. They should be like in the minds, okay, if I make myself stronger mentally, if I sort of buck up and sort of like find the right man, my opponents would be good. And maybe, maybe the next guy, if they find a genuine guy, that guy could turn out to be something different. Yeah, that could happen. But at least they're following what's right. At least they're doing what, not following, but at least they're doing what's right, and not just jumping into something. I'll be like, okay, this guy's good, this guy's my preference, there you go. I have preferences, but I always have to look at the other traits to it too. Communication, like trust involved too, like honesty. You got to have honesty to it. You got other things too added to it. People just marry nowadays just because they got the money, they think they can. You're wasting your money. You're technically wasting part of your life away. Then they start to regret all that money they wasted on this person, and start realizing, oh damn, my friends are right about this person. They're not right at all. It could go for men too. Men in this sort of scenario, I'm not just going to stick up for you, men. It's both ways. I've had my fair share of making mistakes too and getting the wrong woman, and it's come back to bite me. But I learned my lesson from that. That's how it should be. Just simple as. I know I think that's simple, but it should be. Excuse me. Just burp there. So that. But yeah, that's one thing. That's another thing that annoys me. Excuse me. Yeah, I know a lot of things kind of annoy me, because when you're a social media buff like me, you see all these sort of things. You just have to talk about them. You just have to. Boy, what else do I talk about in this case now? I think there's probably one or two more things. Oh man, I had one in my head. I just completely forgot about it. Ain't that something, man? Oh goodness. But yeah, let me just continue with this as well. Let me just continue talking about what I have to talk about as well. It's, also when it comes, this is another thing that also gets on my nerves too. And this is true right here. Is when another thing that gets me is when you're with friends, and say if you're two people, right, and you have one friend that's more weird and crazy than you, and you have another friend that's just there chilling, right? When you say something, they'll be like, when you say something to that one person, they go, what the hell is wrong with you? What's the matter with you? But yeah, when your other friend says the exact same thing in a similar tone, that person starts laughing and starts saying, yeah, that's true, yeah. And they start roasting you for no reason. It's almost as if you got that look of like that needs to be targeted at any given moment for no reason. That's what I don't seem to understand. I don't get it. It's kind of like the same thing where your friend kind of whispers something to you, and then that person will be like, well, what happened? What do you say? And then when you say what that person said, they don't believe that person said something crazy. I've had that before. I've had that. I seriously have had situations like that before. I swear it. I'm sure a lot of you have too, where it just kind of like, just be like, why are you targeting me? But yet, they will believe that person if you whispered or said something like quietly to that person, the exact same thing. And they go, oh, how can you say that, man? What's wrong with you? And you're sitting there going, oh crap. What? There's not much else you can say. No one believes it. I feel if you be yourself too much, that's when you reveal the real you, and that's when you make it obvious. That's probably why. And it, sometimes I can see why people are fake, but it's not good to be fake, because people will see your true colours eventually. Boy, I mean, should I go on? There's probably another thing to talk about somewhere. Yeah, I think I'm running out of ideas already. Oh yeah, also making like content, right? When people keep telling you, I've had people say to me, why are you making videos if you don't make any money from them? But yet these are the same type of people that tell you got to keep trying, you got to keep going, and you got to keep doing this. But it's kind of like, really? Like, you're the one that told me to not keep trying and to stop doing what I'm doing, but you're the one that says I got to keep trying. It makes no sense. It really makes no entire sense in the slightest. I don't get it. I really don't. You know, and it's like those same people, those same type of people that be like, you're such a coward. It's like I said earlier about debates and arguments with friends about or whoever, right? It's like somebody even calling you a coward for not, like for not actually engaging more into it. I don't. But sometimes it's good to take a step back sometimes. Like people say, it's not being a coward, but yet they're the ones that would tell me to do what's right. It's a strange world we're living in, man. It really is. I'm struggling to actually keep up with most people now, because with what's being said and with the type of people I know and those people you see on socials, God, it's hard to think how society is living at the moment. People get offended too easy. People get angry too easy. People just are just being rude for no reason, going for the wrong people. It's almost like a habit. It's like women are programmed to go for these type of bad. It's almost like there's a chip in their head that tells them, oh, you know what? I mean, I got to go for these dudes because something's telling me to go for them. I have to, even though they don't love me. And it's like, what? Same with men. There's an intuition of them to just go for looks. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I love looks too. Yeah, I mean they could be mesmerizing. Other traits matter too. It just makes me go crazy. It's like I'm living in an asylum and they're living in normality. I really don't get it. I don't in the slightest. Another thing that annoys me too is when people start like going about, oh my child isn't straight. I don't like my child. Who cares? Like, yeah, I'm not a fan of like, no straightness out, but come on. If the parent's kid is like, like 16 or 18 even, or 19 or even above that, and they're not attracted to the opposite, then let them be. I mean, why are you getting so mad? That's not a crime. And people then talk about something irrelevant, going, well, it is a crime in certain countries. You're not in those certain countries. You're not in those certain countries. You're in a country that's okay with that. I know these parents always say, oh, I want my kids to have kids when they grow up. Not. This is where parents always force the issue onto their kids about things, and that's what causes parents to fall out. That's what causes the kid to just not talk to their parents often. A lot of people are like that out there. I don't blame them. They force them things on their kids, and that's what makes their kids run away. Sorry about itchy. Yeah, I was itching. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't. And they say, oh my, I've got a thought daughter. A THOT. That word. I mean, yeah, it's not right. It's not the wisest thing, but at the end of the day, they'll make their own mistakes. So just you don't even do them to it. They'll just make their own mistakes at the end of the day. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the wisest thing to do, but you can't stop them when they get to a certain age. You really can't. I mean, my daughter's nearly 10 months old. So, I mean, when she grows up, she'll be making her decisions, like, at a certain age, obviously. And once she knows she makes a mistake, she'll not go back to it. This is what I'm trying to say. Like, people keep going about, like, it's like there's more crime out there. There's worse things people have done, but people haven't got their kids just for that. There's parents that help their kids out when they did something bad to a person. I went to prison for something bad, and they bailed them out for that. You get parents that are kicking their kids out for something far less. Are you alright? Again, culture. Oh, culture. Oh, powerful word, isn't it? Culture. Ain't no one cares about culture. No one cares about religion, all that sort of stuff, right? It's up to what the child wants. And at the end of the day, child will grow up to resent, will resent you. Is that really what you want? No. Not in the slightest. There's another excuse people make up. Oh, it's religion. It's all just like, it's to keep us programmed a certain way. Man, that's how I see it. And also another thing I can't get is when parents start hating on their own kids' partners. Like, why? Oh, you can't have two parents like they'd be like, oh, no, let's just say Mickey, for example. Strange name, but let's say Mickey. But Mickey, I don't like that girl you're hanging out with, and you're getting a relationship. I don't trust her in the slightest. And you would think that she's talking to him as if he was like 15, but there's most of the time it's when they become an adult. I come even if the child partner turns out to be untrustworthy, leave. Just don't get involved. Leave it alone. Like, I'm sure the kid will find out at some point. Like, do you know that naggers will make the kid leave you and go with their partner, and they see the partner's more important than you. You don't want that. Yeah, there'll be times where you get frustrated, don't how their kids' partners operate. That's going to be normal. But come on, use your head and just be like, okay, you know what? When the kid does actually make a mistake, he or she will learn. That's it. Like, there's instances where I've known people that are parents like that, and it's just like, why? And again, religion comes in, culture comes into it, or maybe beliefs come into it. Who cares? I didn't think it's about what's important for the child. But what's important for the adult child in all this? Gotta be specific. So what's important for the adult child in this? It's not about what you find important, what you want. This is about what child finds. But if you really think that this goes to a lot of parents out there that are like this. If you think that no one else will be good for your child, why don't you set your child up with somebody? I mean, I'm surprised you don't think like that. I wonder why. Maybe because it might be a bit weird, and then they can't say anything. They start hesitating, be like, what? Why would I be setting you up? Really? You want me to find you somebody? I'm not sure. You're not sure, but you're pretty sure about whether or not you can trust your child's partner. It's a one-way street when it comes to that, doesn't it? You see what I am saying? These are the things that get on my nerves. I just can't understand it. People's mentality is not all there. It really isn't. It's like when the kid has aspirations to be something. As parents like this, the parent just starts saying, "You can't do that. That is not good." But it's a career. These are and bear in mind, parents always talk about you need to get a career, make money from somewhere, and do good for yourself in life. But yet, when the kid finally does something good and does something that makes them happy, the parent turns around and goes, "Oh, why are you doing that for? You should be doing what you were told to do." I think parents do forget, and this is one thing that even I'm thinking about too. This is one thing that parents don't forget to realize. Their child's going to grow up to be an adult. They won't be a kid forever. You can at least control them, however, like when they get to until 16, they can work, go to college, be more independent like that, and drive or whatever. That's when usually independency starts. But when they're under 16, that's when it's understanding for parents tell them what they cannot do. But yet the child's going to grow up and see the world differently. They're going to start thinking for themselves. So, and these are the same sort of parents as well that always talk about, "Oh, I want my child to be independent." Do you? Or do you just prefer them to be independent on your terms? Is that what you want? I'm not having a go. I'm not saying how you should raise your kid or nothing. It may sound like that, but I'm not. These are the things that annoy me, right? But I'm coming from a good part. I'm coming from what's that word I'm looking for? A good side or whatever it is, right? A good, what I'm saying. But I'm coming from a good stance, basically. Don't control your child too much like that, right? Your choice what you want to do. Yeah, your choice. But when it comes down to that part, you're going to be like, "Oh God, oh crap. Yep, it looks like I shouldn't control my child too much." That's what causes kids to move and get away from their parents and not want to. That's probably why you see these women go for bad boys, because they've seen their family just hate on the type of guy they're with. I understand, that's also true. Get back at them. That's not a bad move. I could be saying that's not a bad move. That's fair enough. When it comes up to the parents, they hate it. Parents will say, "Well, I'm your parent. You should listen to us." Okay, right? Fair enough. Unless you give good advice, or unless you're coming from a good what is it? Unless you come from a good place, basically. Then yeah, fair enough. But don't say anything that's going to be over the top, and say anything that's irrelevant, or say anything that's a bit too harsh or disrespectful or too personal. Because you're clearly not going to do anything there, are you? So this is where parents got to keep their kids on board like that. But like I said, parents out there do this. Do what you feel, but don't start comparing when your kid starts getting like that and starts being rebellious. That's why there's more rebel kids out there. Even kids are way younger than me that start moving out or that sort of stuff, because their parents just don't care about what they want. Yeah, the kid can't be too spoiled. I get that. I understand that. But when a kid is saying something that means something to them, don't be too harsh. You know, yeah, you gotta have a boundary when it comes to something. I'm not a fan of boundaries, but yeah, in this sort of case, you got to do something to not make it sound you're giving the kid too much and you're giving the kid everything, right? Because they'll take advantage of that. That's understandable. That's fine. That's what I mean. You know, oh good lord, what else? I'm gonna just have to end it. I've spoken about too much. I mean, I'm just trying to think what other ideas I have in my head. No, I don't think there is. I mean, I could bring up one more and say another thing, one last thing before I end it, because there's probably gonna be too many things, right? I might have to continue to do a part 2. Another thing I know about people, one last thing, is when you're doing something, right, that people don't like, but your friend does the exact same thing, or somebody else does the exact same thing, and people start loving it. That it's like, what's the difference? People only prefer seeing like certain people do things. It's like with me, it's like when I get aggressive or get annoyed. I'm not aggressive. It's like when I get annoyed over something. People prefer, because people only see me as like someone that's innocent, calm, all that type of stuff. So when they see me annoyed, they kind of don't know how to handle it. If that makes any sort of sense. It's like when I've, you know, like said certain things, especially to women, they'll hate on me. But yeah, when another guy does, you know, says something to them, there's something similar, they start loving it. I don't. It's like when a creepy guy goes up to a woman, and they'll, you know, no, it's like when a genuine guy goes up to a woman in a bar, wherever else, and he starts being all like respectful and nice and friendly. Women hate it, and they'll be like, "Oh, you're a creep. Get away from me." But then they actually go for a creep. Not in every case. In some cases, this happens. Come on. Oh man. Yeah, I'm gonna do the part 2 maybe. I mean, unless I spoke about everything already. But yeah, look. This video will take a while to upload, but I had to talk about this. I mean, I had to get this rant out of the way, because the amount of stuff I've been talking about with friends, these are the things that annoy me. These are the things I have to talk about, and I hope I get views for it. You don't have to watch the whole thing. If you look at the time, you don't have to watch the whole thing. It's probably like, watch half of it maybe, and watch the other half the other day, and then comment if you want on what you think. I'm probably going to forget everything I just said. I'm going to forget about everything I just said. So, so bear me on that one. You can try and remind me. Probably put like a timestamp if you want, but try and remind me, and I'll see what I can do. I'll also reply back to comments. You know, depends what you ask, depends what you say as well. Don't say anything too brutal. Don't say anything too harsh. Don't say anything too don't say anything anything disrespectful. It's kind of a comment debate. Like debate in the comments if you want. I mean, people aren't going to agree with anything that I say. People are going to have a disagreement with me. I can see it, but I kind of like that. As long as I'm not disrespectful debate, that's what I'm happy with. That's all I need. So yeah, well, if you enjoyed the video, please give a like, comment, share if you know, subscribe, and hit the notification below. So see you in my next video.